I never know how to start these. Because honestly, when I get an idea or a burst of inspiration, I wanna do something about it. I wanna tell someone, because I can't always just keep it inside, bottled up, because what is the point of that, right? So it serves also as a not to say that I'm an artist, but as a creative expression, right? It's a form of art that you're conveying. You're relaying. Yeah, can I say that? You're relaying information, and this is how I see this dynamic between me and the camera. I'm just relaying information out there, but really it's just coming back to me, because here in the present moment, when I'm saying these words, they're really just coming back to me. Yeah, I mean they go in one ear and they come out the other, but at least I have it filmed and on camera, so that, you know, someone out there that might be in a similar position can relate to it, and I think there's value in that, even if you completely disagree with everything I say, which is fine by me, trust me, I won't be offended. I think that there's still value in especially for myself, and getting these words out there, because if I don't, then I never will. If I don't do it now, then I'm afraid I won't get to it in the future. And that's been one of my biggest doubts, is the timing on these things, and this has happened far more times than it should have. But I'll get these moments where I have a really good idea, or at least in my mind it's a good idea, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to go as an outlet. It's tricky. It's tricky. It is very tricky. Because how can I utilize this information, this burst of energy in my head that I want to express, when no one is listening or no one cares? I'm fine with that. No one has to listen, as long as I'm, actively putting my words out there. This is always something that you or I can come back to, no matter the occasion. It's like, I had this idea in my head, right? This idea for a video, not just thoughts, but I have a format I want to follow, and that format is really simple. It's basically me just on a first take, right? Saying the words that come into my head first in the purest form. And what I mean by that is a version that it feels raw and authentic, and I want my words to feel real, like it's something that I haven't rehearsed before, something I haven't practiced. Again, it's good to write down key thoughts and things that you want to go over. I've done that in the past. I did that with my last video, and that's completely okay. By my account, I really don't have an issue with that. I do have an issue, however, with memorizing what you're gonna say and then having a monologue all to yourself. It just doesn't feel right, at least for me. All of my roommates are out. It's just me. It's kind of a new setup. This is my new living room. It's very, very nice, as you can see. Yeah, it's just a living room. I wanted to talk about distractions, primarily technology nowadays being such an easy tool to reach for and just open up a world of infinity. All in all, they clog up our mind and they distract us from what we should be focusing on. But it primarily pertains to avoiding responsibility. And we are in that age of escapism. It's considered a normal thing to do so, to, reach out to, instead of friends, reach out to the internet, to completely forget the concept of human touch and human connection and just rely profoundly on what's in front of us at that given moment. It's such an unhealthy behavior. And I say that, because I'm guilty of it. I speak from experience. When I talk about these things, it means that I've seen it and I've lived it, and I'm still struggling to live a coherent life where these elements around me don't become a distraction when it's considered part of societal needs, or part of a society common ground, something that we can all relate to, which is not normal. That's if someone would have told you that in this age 20 years ago that everybody would have a little computer the size of a palm where you can access the history of existence, if that makes sense. You can literally look up any question, any fact, any detail, and it's right there at the touch of your fingertips. It's scary. It's cool, but it's not normal. And that's what I'm trying to get at. It's only gonna, get worse. In a way, it's controlling us today. We're not aware of it because we decide to either ignore it, or even worse, we're not conscious of that idea being a reality. This is very much real, and it's affected people far worse than myself. And I can't imagine how far down the rabbit hole goes. Again, we are living in the age of escapism. How do we combat these issues? It all comes down to who you are as a person, to your core, what kind of needs you require. Do you need to be watching this YouTube video? Do you need to be scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, or keeping up with friends that have probably forgotten about you? Social media is, man, where do I begin? Having friends that you grew up with, or that you, okay, there's a, all right, you can go, fuck off. Social media is such a weird thing. I didn't know how to use Instagram about 5 years ago, and in those 5 years, my life has changed so much. I always told myself as a kid, when I would look up my older cousins, there was one in particular who I just kind of, I didn't resent, but I found it funny that she needed to be on her phone all the time. And keep in mind, I was a 10-year-old. What did I know? But I think I had a point. Okay. looks like we're back to square one, but I wanted to finish my point very quickly. I was saying how, as a kid, I would ask myself, and I found it quite unnecessary to be on your phone. And I have this distinct memory because it was the first time that I saw that it was affecting other people. Because originally I thought it was just my brother. He was far older than me, so it, like, in my head it made sense. Yeah, like I don't really need a phone anyways. Who am I gonna call? Like, I'm 10 years old. So I never really wanted one. But of course that changed when I got my first iPhone. I was in 6th grade. I was about 13, and really I would only use it to call and text my parents after school and to play games. And that all quickly escalated to inevitably having a phone addiction by the age of 16, 17. And of course from there it just got worse and worse and worse. And now, of course I need my phone because I need to stay in contact with certain people, such as my family and work and stuff. But I primarily only use it for that now. And don't get me wrong, this has been a recent change, a change of mind, because I've been wanting to change. I just haven't been present enough to acknowledge the severity of the situation, and I never took a step back and realized, hey, this is kind of messed up. I'm on my phone all day watching videos and wasting time when I could be utilizing this time for something way more productive. So that's essentially where I'm at now. That's where I'm trying to kind of start from. It's definitely a base. It's ground based, but I'm trying to build upon that, and I want to have a clear direction with me as a person and how much I want to grow, because I wanna be the best possible version I can. That has to start with being uncomfortable and making sacrifices and changing, because changing starts with you. You can't wait for everything else to change around you. You have to look within and realize that, hey, nobody's gonna do this for me. No one's gonna feel bad for me. And frankly, nobody outside of myself cares about what I'm going through. It's brutal, but it's honest. Nobody cares. So put one step forward, then the next, and then the next. And I hate to be so vague, but there's no other way. It all sounds so simple when you compile it up into just steps that you have to take, but you have to start somewhere. Like, nobody's ever ready. That's why you just go for it. Even if you don't know how, start. It's bothered me so much in my my real life, in my reality, that I found it reassuring to kind of acknowledge it in a way where I don't feel completely alone. It's like nobody will understand you 100% ever, but you can make an attempt. You can always try, and there'll be one or two voices out there that are ready to listen and ready for you to listen back. Know enough to know that, you know, these patterns aren't permanent. If it's something that's affecting you negatively, then you're empowered to do something about that, because nothing is permanent, nothing lasts forever. Don't ever feel like you're stuck, because you're not. Yeah, there's always room for improvement, so you gotta keep looking forward. There's no way back. There's nothing. It doesn't exist. So thank you for listening. All right, bye.